Hello, welcome back to lesson 2 of chapter 10. This is the second part of it where we're going to focus on area of how the book describes it, combined figures. So it's a shape that's made up of multiple shapes where we can find the area. Like this example here where you see we have a square and a triangle. But before we get started with that, let's just quickly refresh our memories on a couple of area formulas. I'm going to write them across the top here so we have them and we can refer back to them if we need them. So we know that a parallelogram, hope I spelled that right, is area equals base times height, and that our base and height have to form a right angle. Area of a triangle. It's half of a parallelogram, so it's 1/2 base times height. And the base and the height have to form a right angle. Then we're going to pull in ones from earlier this year, like area of a rectangle. Length times width. And guess what? Your length and your width, guys, those form right angles because rectangles, their sides form right angles. And lastly, a square. Well, you can treat it like a parallelogram or a rectangle and just go base times height. Or you will also see that you can remember that since squares are the same size, for each side length, you can take the side length squared. So side squared. But remember, squares also have right angles for their sides, so their base and height form a right angle, and it just happens to be the side of the figure. Pretty cool, huh? So we're going to make use of these as we solve today. First example, so using the note sheet still from 10-2, we're going to go back and look at example 2. Finding the area of combined figures. So you see the two figures there, and sometimes if it helps, grab some colors for yourself and use those to help you mark out the areas, the different areas, and color code things as you work. So I see a square here. I'm going to outline that in purple. Oops. Well, I'm going to come close to outlining it in purple. And then I'm going to mark that area as purple. And then I'm going to outline my triangle in orange. Whoops. Okay, don't judge my tracing skills today, guys. They're not very good. You see my triangle is orange, and I'm going to do that work right there. And if you need to, do your work in 2 different colors throughout the assignment and then put things together at the end. These become kind of 2-part problems, almost 3-part. You're going to find the area of each shape separately. So you're going to find the area of the triangle first. Remember, area equals half base times height. Well, our height is 2, and guess what? Our base is going to be 6. That's going to be our base. So we're going to have 1/2 times 6 times 2. Which equals 6. And we're going to hang on to that answer, and we're going to use it later. Then we're going to find the area of our square. That's what I'm going to do in purple here. Side squared. Sides are 6. That's S. So 6 squared is 36. Now, after we found the area of each shape individually, we're going to put them together. We're going to add them because we want to find the total area. So that's what we would naturally do. You find the pieces separately, you add them together. So we're going to take our 6 from the triangle and our 36 from the square, add it together, and you have 42. So the total area is 42 square yards. Now we're going to do a couple more examples like this. They're from the bottom of the page, 4, 5, and 6 down here. Now I'm going to do some of the work down the side here because we just don't have a ton of space down here at the bottom. So let's look at number 4. I'm going to outline my shapes again. This time, it's not a square, but it's a rectangle. I'm going to outline my rectangle in purple. And I'm going to try to outline my triangle in orange. Okay, and now we're going to go through and find the areas. So I'm going to start, I'll write it right here. This will be number 4. Here's my rectangle, and I like to label what I'm doing so I know exactly what's what. Rectangle, area equals length times width. Here's a length, here's a width. So we'll go area equals 12 times 8. What's 12 times 8, guys? Hopefully you are saying that it is 96. So we'll say it's 96. Now we'll find the area of our triangle. Remember, that is area equals 1/2 base times height. Here's my height. That's 4. It forms a right angle with the base, and the base is the side is right there. It's 12. It won't always be labeled, but you can always add it in if you need it to help you out, or just look across and know, oh, hey, there's my base. That's good. It's 12. So now we plug it in. 1/2 times 12 times 4. And what does that equal? Half of 12 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Now let's add the two up. 96 plus 24. And what does that equal? Just because I like the purple, I'm going to write it in purple. 96 plus 24 is 120 millimeters squared, because it's area. All right, you guys give a try to numbers 5 and 6. You can pause the video, work through them, and then watch the video and see how you did. All right, let's take a look at number 5. I'm outlining my square this time, and I can tell it's a square because I have all right angles. And 2 of the sides are 6 and 6. So I know the side across from it also has to be 6. The side above it has to be 6. So it makes it a square. So my square is purple, and my triangle is going to be orange. All right, so let's see here. Number 5, I'm going to do my square first. And I know that my side is 6. So area equals side squared. 6 squared is, we just did it before, 36. Now my triangle, I have a base and I have a height. A base of 4, a height of 6, because they form a right angle. So I'm going to do my triangle area. Remember we said that was area equals 1/2 base times height. So we have 1/2 times, my base is 4, my height is 6. Half of 4 is 2, 2 times 6 is 12. So now we add these up. 36 plus 12 equals, drum roll please, 48 inches squared. Don't forget your units and make sure they're accurate. Make sure when you're giving your answer for the area that it's whatever the units are, squared. That's really important. All right, last example. Okay, I've been doing triangles orange all the way through. I'll just keep doing that. I'll make my triangle orange. Wouldn't want to change things up here. That could be confusing. And I'll make my rectangle, because I can see sides are different lengths. Make my rectangle purple. Okay, but since the triangle's on the left, I'm going to do it first. So number 6. My triangle in orange is 1/2 base times height. 1/2. My base is 4. My height is 2. So 1/2 times 4 times 2. Half of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, then we'll do my rectangle, which, I just ran off the screen. There we go. My rectangle, glad I looked, is length times width. Length times width. So my length, let's call that 5. My width is 2. 5 times 2 equals 10. Last thing I need to do is add them up. So I'll take 4 plus 10 equals 14, but I'm not done. I have to put my units on it. 14 centimeters squared. So when you are doing combined figure area, break the area or break the figure up into pieces where you can find the area. You're looking for squares, rectangles, and triangles. If it helps, color code. Use different colored pens or pencils to help mark things, or highlighters, something to help you out. And if you don't want to write in those colors, maybe make a box around the work that you do so you can see each color and how it all ties together. Okay? And always remember, units on your answers, and if you're finding the area, it's units squared. All right. Good luck with your practice.